Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. My name's Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, I come to you live, and we do some crafting. So today is extra special because I'm crafting with you while I'm doing my 3-day virtual online retreat. So we were supposed to be at the beach, and we all know what happened there. So I took the opportunity to say, let's do it virtually. And I tell you what, it's not the same as being in person and giving everybody hugs, but it is a lot of fun. And we have been, I honestly think that we have been more creative and more productive this time around than we have sometimes at retreat. Sometimes when we go to retreat, people are like, oh, I just spent the time visiting with my friends and I didn't get a lot done. But you should see all the projects that people are making. I think I'll post some next week. All right. So I have, oh my goodness, I was crafting with my retreat goers yesterday for 15 straight hours. Online, virtually. It was amazing. So that's why I have the extra large espresso this morning. Oh my goodness. So whatever you're drinking this morning to wake up, thanks for joining me. Today we are going to talk about the brand new Ornate Garden Suite. Now this is coming out for you on Wednesday. And I was busy crafting with it last night and falling in love, and I thought, well, I would share it with you. So this suite has 2 stamp sets. This beautiful floral ornate style, and I've done a couple cards with this now, and I just love it. And then we have Ornate Thanks. Now this is amazing. Because one, we've got some great mixed fonts. So we have some big, blocky, chunky fonts here. But then look at this beautiful script that goes along with it. I love it. Let's see. Good morning, JJ. It's good to see you this morning. And Janice and Michelle. Oh, it's so great to see everybody. The reason we're calling this ornate, you've got to see the dies that go with it. So these are the ornate layers. And look at these. These are gorgeous. And I love the mix, right? We've almost got like some little stitching around here and just a ton of florals. It blows my mind how creative we can be. And these are super, super easy to run through your die machine. I did some yesterday and I was a little worried because they are so ornate, but they cut great. But there's another set as well. So this is the Ornate Borders dies, and I'm having a ton of fun with these. So we've got several different borders, florals, and just some very nice little stitching here, and some additional little flowers. This suite is amazing. You know, every spring we have an early release from the new catalog, and this is one of my favorites. This is the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder, and it's probably pretty hard to tell, but I'll use it this week on some things. It is beautiful. Tiny little flowers and buds, and you're going to love it. Also in this suite of products is this Ornate Garden ribbon pack, and it has terracotta tile and old olive satin ribbon. This ribbon makes beautiful bows, and you don't even have to try very hard. It just ties perfectly, flawlessly every time. We also have some gilded gems. These are they're raised, and they're gold self-adhesive, and I love them. We might use some this morning. Put those aside. But what I really love, and you're going to know this without me telling you, is the designer series paper. So I'm opening my pack here to show you these precious. There's a mix of papers. These are specialty papers. So our colors in here are mint macaron, old olive, terracotta tile, whisper white, early espresso, and hey, there's a sneak peek of a brand new in color coming called Bumblebee. How cool is that? So when I was opening my pack, if you're a Joan Walsh England fan, doesn't this look like her work? Or Mary Englebright? It looks very, very vintage crafty on that one. And then you can see here, we've got some gold foil specialty paper here. On the back, more gold foil, so that's awesome for coloring. And look at these beautiful summer colors. Look at that ornate scroll work there. Fantastic. Look at these daisies. Aren't they gorgeous? I absolutely love them. I can't wait to use my daisy punches with those. More gold foils, some terracotta tile ornate, kind of floral scroll work in there. Look at that daisy. Just awesome. These kind of have a cottagey feel to some of the pages. And then on this one, wow, bold and beautiful. I love it. And I know you're going to too. So last night, we were crafting in our jammies at retreat, and I was busy working on some cards using this new suite, and I thought I'd share one with you. So here's the one that I created last night. I used the large floral stamp here, and when I say large, it's large, okay? Look at this. This is an amazing, huge background stamp, and I love it, okay? I embossed this in the shimmery black embossing powder, and it's probably kind of hard to see right there. And then I colored it with some blends, and it's just on black, and here are those gold gilded gems. All right. So this was one of the very first cards I created with, actually, it was the very first card I created with these. And so the first time I create with something, I'm like, wow, that looks pretty nice, but I'll bet I can do better. All right. So let's see what happens when we step this card up just a little bit. All right. So for our purposes, I already went ahead and on the stitched layering framelits, I embossed this already this morning because you didn't want to hear my heat embossing. All right, so this is embossed this morning in gold, and we're going to color it with the same colors. So I don't have the bumblebee color yet, of course. None of us do. And so what I did was I took my light pineapple punch. I haven't used this color in ages. And so I just wanted to add just a little bit of color to these daisies. All right. So I'm going to take my light pineapple punch and I'm just going to add just a touch of color right where the veins of these daisies are. Okay. I really just want to add just a pop on here. Okay. These are going to be like those little French daisies. You know, the ones, they pop up all over your garden and then they never go away. Which is great if you're trying to fill in a bed, but it's really challenging, shall we say, if you're trying to grow a garden. I may have had that experience once or twice. Those daisies came up for years. I think they're beautiful. But I'm not real fond of the smell of daisies. They're kind of acrid. Okay. Is that all? I think that's all of my... Oh. That's not really a daisy, but we could do that one too. I have a glare from my light, so I'm going to hold it up just a little bit. I don't normally color while I'm holding the paper. Marguerite. That's the French word for daisies. I was a French major. I should remember that. So, again, I'm just adding just a pop, okay? Now, I had, over here, this is my dark soft suede, and I'm going to make the centers of my daisies darker. Okay, so when you emboss and color over it, it's kind of an emboss resist without even trying, which is kind of cool, okay? Next, I have Calypso Coral. And my Calypso Coral, I'm going to take a light Calypso Coral, and I'm going to call this a zinnia. If anybody disagrees with me, let me know, but it kind of looks like a zinnia to me. When I was a little girl, I was always impressed by how my mother and my father knew all the words, all the names for the flowers and the trees around them. And I never understood. How did you know if it was a zinnia or a hibiscus and then, I became a mom. And my son asked me the same thing when he was little. He's like, Mom, how do you know all the names of all these flowers? I told him it comes when you're a mom. All right. So now I'm just going in with my dark Calypso Coral, and I'm adding color right along the veins of those petals. Okay. And I'm using the fine tip on that. And then I think I'm going to go back and just add just a little more light just to blend it a little bit. Okay, remember these are blends, so they're meant to pick up the colors and just add a little more shading. Okay, just to blend it up. Next, on my little flowers, I have my light mint macaron blend. And so I'm just going to go through here. And get all my little flowers. So you know how I have free tutorials out on my blog? This month, I have 2 sets of the Ornate Garden tutorials for you for free. Okay? One is if you buy any stamp set or bundle, you're going to get at least 12 projects for free from top designers. And so stamp set, bundle, or suite, this is available to you starting Wednesday. And then any purchase over $40 or more will get you an additional 4-card tutorial. So if you were to purchase, let's say, the suite or a bundle, as long as it's over $40, you would get both of my tutorials for free. Okay? Details will be out on the blog this week, okay? So now I'm coloring the leaves in light old olive, okay? kind of like coloring with with it embossed, because you can feel where the lines are, so you don't go out of the lines. Oh, I might have to do this more often. So my plan today is to work on this during retreat. I will have this on my blog all week. So hey, in addition to those tutorials I just mentioned, there's also going to be 5 tutorials on my blog this week using this suite. So you're set, honestly. I think that's a great idea. I will have a new host code out there on the 1st. So go ahead and use that. Okay, I'm going to come in and blend that before it dries too much. Okay, I just want the centers of my leaves to be a little bit darker. And this is the dark. I'm just going over the veins. Today's lineup at retreat, I have a friend who's on my Stampin' Bee team, and she's going to be doing some scrapbook pages for us, some classes, or a class in scrapbooking. And then I have a friend who lives in Wisconsin, and she is going to do some punch art. I'm like, oh, you know what? I left out that leaf last night. I must not see it until I get it all colored. And then I have a friend who, well, you know what? They're going to surprise me because I don't remember what they're going to do. One is a technique class. The other might be another fun fold class. And then tonight, we're playing Beach Blanket Bingo. Ah! Oh no, I lost that lid. I will have to find it. Oh, sorry, old Olive. Okay, now, so that's colored with gold embossing. Now I have some basic layers cut here. I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. All the measurements will be over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. And then I have a piece of basic black cardstock, which I have embossed with the subtle embossing folder. Okay, and I need my Stampin' Pierce mat because I can't see that white paper on my grid paper. And I'm just going to take some, ooh, no, Tombow. Maybe. Honestly. Let's see if this one works. There we go. Sorry. Okay. And then I have some of this terracotta tile ribbon. And I'm just going to cut, whoops, a length here. Grab some glue dots. I just want to secure it to the back. Okay. Then I have a piece of basic black cardstock, which measures 4 1/4 by 11, and I didn't score it this morning, so let's go ahead and score that. Oops, crashed. So I have my scoring board. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. And now I can put this right on my card. Okay. And I have some black dimensionals because I don't want them to show. I don't want to see black behind my work. Okay, make sure you get some down the center. I think I'll put one more up here. Okay. Are you loving this? I really am. Okay. And then I'm going to put this over on the side. Trying very hard to get it straight. Then I'm going to take another length of the terracotta ribbon here from the combo pack. And I'm going to thread this up on the side. And I'm going to make a small bow. Let's see if I can do this morning. Okay, just like that. Look how beautifully this ribbon ties, guys. You're gonna love it. I know you are. Okay, I'm gonna trim those ends small. And angle it. Okay. And then I have some of these gilded gems. And I'm going to start by taking one of these large ones. I'm going to put it up in the top left-hand corner. And then I have a medium-sized one. And then I have one of these small ones. Okay, so I'm just kind of making a little triangle frame around there. So there's the outside, but let's do something on the inside. I didn't do anything on this one. Remember I said I was stepping it up. This is the one I started with. This is the one we're moving to. So let's see. I have my Stamparatus here, and I've been practicing. So the flower image comes from the Ornate style, and the sentiments come from the Ornate thanks. Okay, so I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Did I cut that the right size? We're gonna go, how about this size? All right, so this measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. It's the same as the outside. And I have this all lined up, and we're going to have it say, just wanted to say thank you. So I'm going to line my cardstock up. And I love these grid lines. I couldn't do it without it. My goodness. And I'm going to stamp this in Memento ink. So ink up my stamps. And now I'm going to close it. Okay. Just wanted to say thank you. And then finally, I have this adorable little flower image. Okay. I'm going to add that right there. I'm going to take my light old olive blend and my dark. Really have to go find that cap later, huh? And then just smooth that out a little bit. And then I have my light mint macaron. Whoops. Let's do this. I'm using the same colors that I used on the front, so everything ties in. And now I have my dark one, and I'm going to do the same that I've done on those veins. Coloring is so very relaxing, and couldn't we all use just a little bit more time to get out of our heads, quit thinking about things that are going on in the world, and make something beautiful that we can share with somebody. You know, there's so many people out there doing their very best for us right now that a beautiful thank you card would just go so far to make their day. Whether it's the person who's delivering your groceries or doctors and nurses, and, you know, we think about emergency people as essential, but like my son is working, okay? He's considered essential because as a mechanic, he's part of keeping everybody's cars moving and basic transportation. So he's out there working. So I just wanted to say thank you. I sent a card. My son went and picked up some lunch the other day from a local restaurant that he used to work at, so we're trying to support them through this. And I sent a card, and on Facebook, she's like, do you know how much that meant? So make somebody's day. Make something beautiful. Tell them thank you. All right, but now you get to vote, all right? Which one do you like better? My first one that I embossed in shimmery black, or my second one, which is stepped up just a little bit using gold embossing powder and the subtle embossing folder. Let me know below which one you like best. Remember, all measurements and information on how you can order the Ornate Garden Suite, along with information on the free tutorials that go along with this, can be found over on my blog later at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. Thanks so much for joining me. Do me a favor, hug your family, tell them how much they mean to you, and I will talk to you again on Monday, 8 o'clock, Coffee and Cards with Michelle. Bye-bye.